Okay, I want to give a general overview of our company structure, the roles within the company, and the responsibilities within the company. Now, we have currently it built out to a leader, which is me, the salesperson, the production manager, and foreman, and then beyond that, we have apprentice painters. And so that's the simplistic company structure, but what are the roles and responsibilities of each position? I'll start with apprentice. The apprentice is to follow the instruction of the foreman on the job site. The apprentice is to help facilitate the job going smoothly by assisting with preparation, assisting with tool moving, assisting with the paint application, assisting with protecting the things that need protected on the job, and making sure that the job site is clean day in and day out throughout the project and at the end of each day. The apprentice is also the gopher. This is the person that, if we need an extra gallon of paint, is the one that's going to get that gallon of paint, not the foreman. Why? Because the foreman is more experienced as a painter and they need to stay there painting because they're going to get more production done than what the apprentice would. The apprentice is also somebody that is still learning how to paint. And so their responsibility is to continue to learn, to continue to grow, to try to watch videos on their own, and to perfect their craft. And that's the apprentice position. When it comes to the foreman position encompasses quite a bit more. Number one, the foreman is the manager of the project. They're the ones that's seeing the project through and to make sure that the client is happy with everything, that the project is done well, that everything is going smoothly. They have a responsibility of training the apprentice and making sure they stay on task. They have the responsibility of delegating the apprentice. They have the responsibility of materials and tool acquisition for the project to help it be facilitated, of inventorying the product that we have to see whether or not we need any more to finish the project, of making sure that we're on the same page with the client throughout the process, of making sure that we have a game plan for the next day set up the day before, of communicating with the production manager with any issues that they need assistance with. The foreman is somebody that we rely on the absolute most within the company. Your position is the linchpin of this company. It is the most important position. If you don't fulfill on your responsibility, the wheels fall off, okay? And so your position matters a whole lot. You are the brand. You are the representation of our company, and you are the impression that is left with the client. You're the reason whether or not we get 2 or 3 jobs from that one job we did. You're the reason whether or not we grow. So your position truly matters and is highly valuable. And so as a foreman, we require a lot of you. We don't want to hold your hand. We don't want to have to tell you and micromanage you with everything that you need to be doing. We want you taking initiative and taking full ownership and responsibility of the job given to you. And that is the role of a foreman. A foreman needs to continue to improve their craft. They need to improve specialty skills like texture matching, faux finishing, just specialty things that we come across that we might end up doing. The foreman needs to take full responsibility for the project. Next, we have the production manager. The production manager's primary role is to strategize. That's primarily what they're doing. They are communicating with the client. They're communicating with the project foremans. They're utilizing a calendar. They're looking at weather, and they're making sure that communication is happening during the project with the client to make sure that they have all questions and concerns answered, to make sure that issues are resolved in a timely manner, and to set expectations on when we'll be starting the next project with the next client. That alone is a whole lot of work. That encompasses at least 15 hours of Paul's working week, if not more sometimes, is just communicating alone and strategizing alone. The other stuff that Paul is going to do is helping to order materials and get them delivered to the job site prior to the job starting. He's helping to currently, before we get a color consultant, he's helping to get at least a color sample selection made so that we can have samples there the day that the project starts. He is making sure we have the sundries that are needed on the project. He's holding the foreman accountable to certain time frames and creating time frames and goals and timelines for the project in terms of good, better, best timelines to meet. And he is making sure that things are running smoothly overall on production. He also facilitates helping to find new talent. He's facilitating on hiring, on subcontract hiring, stuff like that. His week is very busy. What Paul's job is not is it is not to go and get the foreman material. That is the very opposite of what he needs to be doing with his time. He sometimes will help if it actually is easy for him to facilitate and he's already visiting that job. He might give you a call and ask if you need anything since he's on the way, but he's not somebody to be relied on for material. Foreman, it's your responsibility to take full responsibility for what you need on that project to get it done. Paul can help to facilitate that. He can help you to call in the order, but we'd prefer for you to take initiative and call that order in yourself because you're fully capable, and to delegate to the apprentice to pick it up or to ask Sherwin-Williams to deliver it because they will deliver material. But Paul's job is not to be your gopher. He is not to be the be-all answer to your problems. He's to help you facilitate the job going smoothly. He puts the ball on the tee. It's still your job to take the golf club and swing. Now, sometimes the job isn't teed up perfectly. That does happen, okay? We're trying our best. We're putting our best foot forward on every project, and we want to make sure that your jobs are set up for success. That means that he's also going to spend time clarifying the scope of work that needs to be done, right? And so all this encompasses what Paul will be doing. And I just want to set some clear guidelines finishing out this video so that we have some boundaries, okay? So don't expect Paul to just come on a whim to your project and deliver you materials, okay? That is your apprentice's job to go and get the material you need. And you should have known that the day before, not the day that you just arrived and you're like, oh no, we don't have a gallon of paint that we needed. Your job is to plan as the foreman. Your job is to plan. And we'll have more in-depth instruction on the foreman role. This is just a general overview of roles and responsibilities. Foreman, it's your job, okay? You are the foreman of the project. You are the leader of the project. You are there more than anyone else on the project. You've talked with the client once it's gotten to the end of the job more than anyone else has. You should know the scope more than I do because I'm typically there for only 1 hour, 2 hours at max doing the estimate. I'm not going to remember in 2 months exactly what needs to be done on that project. I'm going to try my best to clarify the scope. That's part of what my job is to clarify the scope and to make that clear so that it comes across clearly in the work order. And we've already made changes to make that even more clear. But foreman, it's your job to take full initiative and responsibility of understanding what it is you need to do on that project and to get on the same page. If that's writing something down so that you can make it clear, that's what it needs to be, okay? Now, foreman, you are also to train apprentices. Paul, you're to train foremen on how to help them to be a good foreman in terms of their roles and responsibilities. Things like getting them good at job site walkarounds at the end of the job and collection of the final check at the end of the job. Things like ordering materials by calling Sherwin-Williams yourself. You're to help them learn some of those nuances that actually will end up saving some time for everyone if they just do. And I hope that this has made things a little more clear in terms of some of the delineation of responsibility and what we're to expect of you. Now, what we need from you guys, both apprentices and foremen, what Paul and I need from you is feedback. If something's not clear on the scope of work, we need feedback. If you didn't have what you needed on the project, or we didn't do a good job of communicating with the client in some way on expectation setting, we need feedback so that we can continue to improve our systems, improve our communication, and grow overall as a company. I hope this helps, guys, and have a good rest of your day.